Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. So I recently saw a post come up on my timeline, and it was actually from the Bearable Bull. And it's actually a question that I get quite often in the space. And it's the idea of, why do I still hold XRP? We have XRP is literally one of the worst performing cryptos in the world. So why do I keep talking about it? Because it's one of the worst performing cryptos in the world. Few understand. And, for everyone out there, basically the thing about crypto is you want to keep accumulating projects that are terrible in terms of performance, because they typically wake up in a very, very big way. Now, does that mean that XRP has to do that? No, but most of my wins, the biggest wins in this space, have come from investments where it feels as though the world is ending, the project is going to go down, it's going to be dead, it's going to zero. Fear is at all-time highs, FUD is at all-time highs, nobody wants to touch it, it's doing terrible, and XRP is just that. So I do think that XRP, this cycle is going to wake up in a very, very large way. And it's something that I really look forward to seeing as well. But even if it doesn't, right, would I still be holding XRP? Would I still be talking about XRP? 100%. Now, why is that? Is it just because of the price action that could happen potentially in the future? Is it just because it is the worst performing crypto? No. It's because of a few things. Let's dive into that. So first and foremost, let's look at what's been happening around Ripple. So Ripple as a company has been streamlining XRP ledger and XRP adoption for a while through specific products that they offer. Now, does that mean that we have to rely on Ripple for any value? No, but it is something to show you the fact that Ripple believes in the utility behind the XRP ledger and even XRP. You also have to remember that a lot of people from Ripple were the creators of the XRP ledger, like David Schwartz. They know the power, they know the potential of the XRP ledger and XRP. But also, we look at this quote here. Few understand. Big shout to XRP Drops. Since 2016, Ripple has helped serve hundreds of customers, allowing them to access to over 70 different payout markets, which represent over 90% of the global FX market. In that time, Ripple processed over 27 million transactions, representing approximately $50 billion in notional value, all without requiring customers to pre-fund payments. Check this out.
And since 2016, we've helped serve hundreds of customers, allowing them access to over 70 different payout markets, which represents over 90% of the global FX market. And in that time, as Monica mentioned yesterday, we processed over 27 million transactions, representing approximately $50 billion in notional value. And the best part of this is it's all without requiring customers to pre-fund payments.
And, this is utility. This is the best example of actual utility. And remember, right, Ripple is focused on tapping into the XRP ledger and XRP. But outside of what Ripple is doing, we also have many builders and projects coming to the XRP ledger. We also have institutional DeFi initiatives being built out on the XRP ledger as well, and focused on in terms of the XRP ledger, which is only going to bolster and strengthen the XRP utility side of things, which is another big deal. Now, outside of that, we also have Ripple Payments itself, which, again, another big shout to XRP Drops for this. We have Ripple Payments introduce the next evolution of payments, providing access to a global payout network with a single connection. Customers onboard once to Ripple and are immediately able to access over 70 different payout markets. Payments can be managed end to end by Ripple, and this is all with cutting out pre-funding. Check it out.
So now, Ripple Payments can provide customers access to a full breadth of a global payout network with a single connection. Customers onboard once to Ripple and are immediately able to access over 70 different payout markets. The best part of this is there's no tech heavy lifting. They're able to onboard to us and immediately start initiating payments using an intuitive user interface.
Now, for everyone that's going to sit out there and cry saying, oh, well, XRP is not being utilized at all. Right there you have XRP at the center point of Ripple payments. Pretty clear to me. But also outside of this, right? I put out a post back in the summer of 2023, August 9th. And I broke down why I actually hold these three, XRP, XLM, and XDC. You could arguably look at all three of these in terms of price action and say, well, I could have got better returns holding, Pepe. I could have got better returns holding Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or this meme coin or that meme coin or this coin or that coin. And again, the reason why I hold these three and many utility altcoins is because I have done enough research to know how big majority of the utility market will be in terms of crypto. I mean, I've broken down XRP and XLM and even XDC on this list, but think about the connections to some of these projects. I mean, XRP alone, right? I put out a description on it. I said a fundamental asset for a future dominated by digital assets, tokenized central bank reserves, commercial stablecoins, and essentially anything of digital value. A pillar for a digital global payments network that could dwarf any global traditional network, streamlining the efficiency of cross-border payments and value movements, spotlighted by major organizations like the IMF, the World Bank, the BIS, and various others. And remember, right, like Ripple is now tapped in with the BIS. Ripple has been tapped in with the IMF. 20 plus central banks. And remember, they are still pioneering XRP to this day. They still have XRP at the center point for even cross-border payment initiatives with CBDCs. XRP is in a very, very good position. So is XLM, so is XDC, so is HBAR, QNT, you name it. Do research behind these projects. I also put out a post just recently because Tokenizer actually put out a great post regarding many utility projects, and he broke down why they are the only, in terms of the only projects actually focused on these specific things. I highly suggest everybody go check out Tokenizer, incredible individual within the space and researcher. But I did put out a post regarding this, and I said it's so funny how people completely avoid the long term because they want everything today, tomorrow, next week, etc. Everything around us is engineered to make you want things as quick as possible. Don't spend time in the gym, take pills instead and get in shape much faster. Don't invest in your future. Instead, gamble it with lottery tickets, casinos, etc., even meme coins. Even content is being fed to you in second form instead of minutes. Do you ever ask why? No one has patience anymore. Markets feed on that too, which is why we have meme coins surging and rug pulling overnight. You don't need to hold just XRP or any of these altcoins, but you should be researching and studying this market beyond just the price action. Focus on the much bigger picture. And, even when we think about XRP itself, right? XRP still is the only digital asset in the space that is not a security, that was won in court. Like, this is a big deal. But beyond that, when we talk about regulations and regulatory clarity for the space, it's coming. Regardless of if you want to believe that or not, it's on its way. Look at the connections with Ripple. Look at the connections even with XRP. Again, these are what happened in just the last year alone in terms of 2023. These are major announcements. These are major moves. Yet everyone is blinded by performance only. Yes, XRP is one of the worst performing altcoins in this space. But it's also one of the only altcoins in the space that has the connections that it has. It's the only one that actually has full-on regulatory clarity from the courts. Not even Bitcoin has that. And when we think about how big that is of a statement, it's one that everyone should be saying, wow, yeah, this is a pretty big deal. I should hold at least some XRP. But again, we're still sitting here like children arguing over if XRP is going to be utilized or not, or arguing over if on-demand liquidity, which is a demand driver, is going to lead to price action or not. We have people in this space still arguing over nonsensical things at a time where if you just do a little bit of research, all it takes is 10 minutes. And you could clearly see where we are headed in terms of tokenization, in terms of CBDCs, stablecoins. The government sectors and organizations are now looking into how to implement this technology. But guess what the retail sector is doing? What the retail sector always does: argues and complains with each other every single time. And it's the number one thing that I always say. The retail sector could easily distract itself, because we do. We distract ourselves with doubt. We distract ourselves with fear. Emotions are probably the biggest thing that allows us to be unsuccessful. If you cut emotions out, success is very easy to achieve. But we always doubt ourselves. We always doubt anything that we are doing, even investments. And we make sure that those doubts are heard everywhere. People will continue to say, hey, I know exactly what's going to happen with XRP. No one, including even myself, knows what's going to happen with XRP. Why? Because we are so extremely early into this entire cycle. The way that I look at this is it's not just bull and bear cycles. We're in a technology cycle where we have been in this technology cycle for the last 10 plus years since the inception of Bitcoin. We've been looking at the connections, we've been reading about the connections, and guess what it is all leading to? Full-on mass adoption and implementation of DLT and blockchain-based technology. But we're still years away from mass full-on adoption, but things are starting to fall into place. But yet, everyone is still blinded by nonsense. Look at the deep connections here. Over here's a great post by Tokenizer that I did include in an XRP video, but it shows you all of the, upper end connections that everyone is aware of. But nobody is looking at those lower end connections that, we have deep state connections, but also we have elite company connections. We have connections to the elites, like, for an example, the Rockefellers, Bill and Melinda Gates. And although you want to look at those connections and say, oh, well, I'm not a big fan of them. Yeah, you don't have to be. All you need to know is that the elites typically always win. If they are connected to something like this, what does that tell you? But also, when we really look at what's going on, there's been so much hatred, so much FUD, yet people are still forgetting about all of these connections. Remember, you don't have to be right. Just look at the companies, look at the names that have typically always been right, and look at the moves that they are making. The connections to XRP and Ripple are extremely vast. Why do I hold XRP? Because the writing is on the wall. Why do I continue talking about XRP? Because the writing is still on the wall. The rabbit holes around XRP are extremely deep. I've talked about some of these. I put a highlight. There's been so many posts within this highlight section on my account over on X, and one of those is this rabbit hole talking about the Bank of England and Ripple from 6 years ago. Everyone will always say it means nothing today. It's 6 years old. Guys, go and check out this thread. There is so many connections. There's so much information packed into this one thread talking about what the UK is doing with their RTGS system, what the Bank of England is doing as well, which, by the way, the Bank of England just recently did collaborate with the BIS and even Quant Network back in the summer of 2023, talking about API plug-and-play technology with CBDCs and even the digital economy. Again, Ripple also worked with the Bank of England, and Ripple also joined the BIS in terms of their CPMI group back in the summer of 2023. Think about how big these connections are. So when we really look at this space and when we think about XRP and even what Ripple is doing with XRP, and you question, why do you still hold it? Why do you still talk about it? Look at the information that we go over on a day-to-day basis. You have so many comments saying all this good news, yet no price action. Yeah, because we're in a market that nobody cares about price action in terms of all of these connections. They care about what meme coin's going to 100x next. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope that you got your answer on why I still talk about XRP. And if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.